Okay, here's a look at Siyang Cultural YC-001A, which is their version of a legend scaled 6-gun and legend scaled Scamper. So first, here's just a quick look at the box. Very plain and simple with just some lettering on the top, and it opens up like so with the little clamshell that it comes in. And I actually like this packaging design. Very plain, simple, doesn't cost a lot to produce, so I think this was done really smart. And then of course the instructions. Let's just go over the instructions. So you could see that these are parts that go with their Metroplex, and that's how 6-gun attaches. And then Scamper here, transformation is pretty easy, but there is some issues with manipulating it just because of the way they designed it. But overall, it's okay. So here's a look at the figures. And first, as always, my complaint is, how cartoon accurate it is. So let's first compare this with the animation model. And I'm not going to point out all the details, but you can see for yourself where, yeah, it's not very toon accurate. And that's okay and understandable, because this obviously was not meant to be very toon accurate. It's kind of like a stylized version. And taking that into consideration, you could see they did a nice job sculpting the figure. And I'll tell you, I do kind of like the change with the face mask being white, because I think that actually makes the head looks a little bit better. And then you could see all the nicely sculpted detail, how they made choices here to make it white instead of red, and the forearms white instead of red. But you could see this is really nice. Simple articulation. It is on a ball joint. Can rotate side to side, up and down, all around. Shoulders can go forward, back, out to the side that much. Bicep swivel, but it's also part of transformation. Get fist rotation, and then waist rotation. No ab crunch, but you can fake it with the thighs going forward, back. You get a knee bend, get thigh rotation, ankle rocker, no toe tilt up and down. So just your standard typical articulation, and it actually feels pretty good, all things considered. So actually, it's a nice figure for a stylized version. And that's not really a bad thing. It's just, my preference is really toon accurate. But I will acknowledge when, their own design or their rendition looks really nice, which it does. So there's a look at 6-gun. And then let's take a look at Scamper. And you could see this actually was done pretty nice. And as I come close, when I was a kid, I always thought it was cool how this was a different design with 2 wheels on the back. But yeah, you could see this is, again, nicely sculpted. And let's compare this with the animation model. And you could see that this one, I think they did a better job capturing the toon aesthetics. Just again, little details like maybe this front grille could have been painted silver. I think you can actually customize that if you really wanted to. But yeah, this is really nice. It does roll, not really all that well, you could see. But yeah, it's good enough. So that's a look at the 2 figures. And for some comparisons, let's just start off with 6-gun. And here, this is the original G1. Let's come up a little bit so we can see. And yeah, you could see, well, I don't want to waste time just pointing out all the difference, but where some things are more toon accurate here, the red and the little black on the thighs for the buttons for the missiles and stuff. he doesn't have any arms or hands, but yeah, you could see what this looks like. But in alt mode, or alt mode, whatever he transforms into, is much more tune accurate. So there's a look at that. And then let's bring out the mainline retail. This is Hasbro's Siege version. And this one obviously is kind of cool. You get more articulation. This one has some more features where you could take things apart and assemble it. I think, well, there is actually a YouTuber out there that I know who does like to do these really cool customizing with all these 5mm ports and stuff. So yeah, just letting you know, this is actually pretty cool. So you could see what this looks like. And I know there is another legend scale. I didn't get that, but I did get a long time ago the old masterpiece 6 gun. So let me just see if you can see what this one looks like. So this actually is an old masterpiece. So you can see, yeah, this one's nicely sculpted. I mean, it's masterpiece scale, so it obviously is going to have a lot more detail, more sculpted in detail. Looks really nice. But I will tell you that, you know, type of plastic that they use was really hard. So the joints here, the knees, these are prone to breakage now because of the hard plastic that they used. And yeah, I just kind of scary to bend the legs now. But anyways, just thought I'd give you a look at all these different versions of 6 gun that I have. Old masterpiece, mainline retail, the G1, and now the new legend scale. So that's a look at 6 gun. Okay, here's a look at Scamper again. And now let's bring out some comparison. Here's the original G1 Scamper. And here you could see the differences between the two. Yeah, obviously the newer versions much better with the nice metallic blue painted windows, better transformation than the parts former, although this one does have some issues with pulling the legs out. And then there was the Scamper that came with the Titans class Metroplex. This one you could see is obviously a stylized version, so this one's obviously more tune accurate. So here's just a look at all three, and you could see what they look like. And this one actually looks really cool. So now let's go ahead and transform this. So first, just remove the accessories. You take out his guns, and then the side door panels, lift them up on both sides so that you can bring out his arms here, like so, on both sides, and then lift them out of the way so that we can close these side panels back in. And then the front part of the hood comes down, but you also want to push out or push up his head here. Yeah, this part I don't think was designed all that well, because you could see you just have to push it through the little cavity here, which sometimes gets a little difficult. And then it doesn't really tab or lock into place, but it does hold up with friction. And then here you can straighten out his arms, lift up his fists on both sides, and then these front tires, fold them back. And then the difficult part here is these legs. So what I like to do to make it a little easier, just kind of like to kind of rotate it here, and then you split these legs apart where it's still going to be difficult here. But let's just lift up these back parts up on top like so, and then we want to open up these panels here on both sides, which then will allow you now to rotate these legs out. But this is a little difficult. I don't know if you could see the little tab there. It's just not enough clearance here. So you're just gonna have to fuss with this till you bring it out like so, and then rotate this one to get some clearance, and then rotate this leg out. Once you do, then his feet are in here, which you do need to bring out. And if you look, there is a little groove for your nail, and you just have to flick it really hard to bring the foot out on both sides. Find that little groove spot, and then just give it a good flick with your finger nail, and hopefully that's enough to get this come out. Once you do, then you can close these front panels here, and you could see he's backwards, so now we rotate him around 180 and then get him all straightened up here, and we can give him his guns, put him in his hands here. And now we have Scamper in robot mode, and like I said, the transformation both from robot to alt mode and from alt mode to robot mode, the leg part here is really difficult, but you just have to fuss with it. But the finished product, you could see this looks really nice. Get this fully transformed, folded all the way down. So yeah, it's a nice looking black robot, really cool, with the Autobot symbol. Articulation, you could see the shoulders on a ball joint, forward, back, out to the side. You do get bicep swivel, elbow bend, and no fist rotation. This head, that's what I was telling you, this doesn't really lock, but it is on a ball joint, so you can articulate that. You do get waist rotation, thighs go forward, back, thigh rotation, knee bend, and you do get ankle rockers for the feet. So yeah, for a legend scale, it's not bad. The figure feels pretty good too, so yeah, no complaints there. So that's a look at Scamper in his robot mode. And now let's compare this with the animation model, so you could see how well they captured the toon aesthetics. And yeah, for the most part it is. He does have his own individual gun, not these guns that are actually part of the vehicle, but you don't get one, a small handgun. But with the original G1, here you could see the G1, they did give you a little handgun that you could put in. And first of all, it's kind of weird how they made it. You see his hands, it's almost like they're rotated inward, so that's just kind of like a weird design. So and it looks really weird the way he holds his gun too. But you could see here what these two guys look like. Yeah, I'm not going to point out the differences, but they did change the design of the transformation, which actually works out better. It's not really a parts former here where you take out his arms and attach it to the car, but this one, yeah, it's still nice. And then there was that Titans class, and this is stylized version, so you could see what this looks like. He has a red head, he has a red gun. And the old days, they didn't give you ankle rockers and stuff, so the old figures do have a little difficulty standing. This one, you do get ankle rockers, so you can straighten out his feet at an angle, A stance. So you could see what that looks like. So that's what Scamper looks like. This is what 6-gun looks like. And actually, there's also a slammer that came with Metroplex here. So now you could see all three of Metroplex's minions here, what they look like all together. This looks really nice. And just for the heck of it, well, actually, this is the original G1, my bad. This is their version of Slammer. And here is the original G1 Slammer. This one's actually more tune accurate. So you could see, yeah, what this looks like. But this is still good enough. And then just for the heck of it, here's the mainline retail. So you could see, this was cool how this transforms. And you can get a lot of cool accessories out of this. And you can also combine it with their 6-gun as well. And I'm a little disappointed because I thought there was a rumor that we were going to get a Scamper. And maybe we still will. And then that would complete the mainline retail set. But here you could see this is what the Siyang culture looks like. And then the original G1, let's just bring it out just for the heck of it. Let's come up here and you could see what these guys look like together. So here's the G1 set, pretty cool. And then the mainline retail, which is missing Scamper, but I guess you could use their Titans class version. And now this is what we have now for the third party by Siyang Cultural. So here's a look at all these guys. So now let's take a look at how these guys fit in with Metroplex. Okay, to transform 6-gun into his alt mode, first remove the shoulder guns on both sides, like so. And then his legs here, lift them up on the hips, 180, like so. And then you want to pull and untab the leg. And on the back here, untab the corresponding tip of the gun and attach those together. Do the same on this side, untab the leg. On the back, untab the corresponding tip of the gun, like so. And then his arms, lift them up straight, 180, so this top piece is flat like so. And rotate his arms around from the bicep, 180. And this is on a double hinge, so you just fold this down like so. Do the same on the other side. And then his head rotated around 180. His chest, lift that up. And on the back, lift this back cover his head. And back to the bottom, his hips. Rotate this around 180 so the red piece is facing forward. And now we have his alt mode. And you could see these two little tabs here. And I just want to point this out that they didn't need to make two tabs here. They could have just left it like just one tab and you just untab this. But for some reason they made it so you have to rotate it. But once you got that, now we can attach it up here to the corresponding slots like so. So you find the tab and the slot, line it up, tab it in, and there you go. Now you have 6-shot in his alt mode on Metroplex, like so. And then these guns here, first of all, I'll show you what they said you can do, which is you can have either one of the guns, the black ones or the red, and attach them to the sides here. But that's not very tune accurate. And also you could see the Metroplex's head is in the way of this gun, so there's not enough clearance unless you rotate this and then tab it in. Then you have the guns facing at a angle like so. But yeah, that's not tune accurate, and it functionally it does not work out very well, so I leave it alone. But I'll tell you what I do. What I did is I have to look all over on this figure for these little slots where I can tab these guns in, and I could tell you there's an issue. But fortunately, these two black guns, you could see right there, you can attach it up here on both sides, and I'm letting you know this is the way I'm setting this up, like so. And as far as these go, the little tabs down here, unfortunately, I think there was an oversight, because there's nowhere you could tab these in. They just don't fit in anywhere, like here, or maybe they could have made something here, planned ahead. There's just, trust me, I looked through everywhere. It does not fit in anywhere. So I just basically have them standing up here on the side, like so. Little mini towers, I guess. And now we have 6-gun with Metroplex all set up like so. So I'll just zoom around so you could see what it looks like. And I didn't bring out any of my New Age or Magic Square figures, but this will look really nice with this set here. So yeah, that's a look at that. And then there is that what do you call it, that alternate mode, the rolling mode. I'm not going to do all of that because it's pretty much the same. So this is what you could see, how all of this works, what this looks like. Overall, it's a nice set. So it does kind of complete the set. Really nice. So now I'm just gonna end it here and just give you my final thoughts. There's actually a lot of criticism here. I think it's just their design choices. A lot of things don't make sense. Like I was telling you, the legs, how you have to lift up the hips to have the bottom tabs here, when they could have just left it just using these upper ones. So just design choices like that, just I don't understand. They don't really make sense. And also, I was telling you, the guns, where these, you can't tab them in. And I already pointed out the guns can attach there, but then the head, Metroplex's head, is in the way. So I can go on and on. There's just little things here that just, I don't think it was designed very well, but it does hold up pretty well. So with that said, and just considering, how nice this looks, this obviously goes good with your Legends figure, Magic Square, New Age. So it's a nice set to have. And obviously, if you have the Metroplex, this is definitely something worth getting. And one last thing, since I just remembered, I'll point out that I'm surprised. Look at that, that the lights actually still work here in certain areas. I think the foot here also lights up. Yeah. So if you got this, I'm telling you, don't install the remote button one. Use the magnetic one, because this one actually works a lot better. So with that said, I'll just say, it's a nice set to have, because it does really look nice with your Legends figure. And these two guys, they do complete the set. So now, yeah, just waiting for their Triptychon, I guess. I think Deluxe Baldwin did a review of the other Triptychon, which is kind of too small for this, so I'm glad I'm passing up on that one. I'll just wait till they make a Triptychon. So that's it. No more rambling. That's my review for the Siyang Culture's version of 6-gun and Scamper.
We're gathered here, as you know, to figure out if any of you Dinobots was involved in stealing Fort Knox and the Taj Mahal.
Grimlock says he sniffed lots of dinosaur transformed static at Fort Knox.